My name is David Lee Hoffmann, and I'm standing in front of Le Grand Pissoir. This is a project I started about 20 years ago. It's designed as a composting privy water flush system that is completely self-contained and is designed to run off 5 hours of sunlight a day and 20 inches of rain a year. With that minimum criteria, you can use this system any place in the world to resolve the problem of human waste disposal. There are basically two water systems involved with Le Grand Pissoir. One uses recycled water and the other is rainwater. We use the rainwater for washing your hands. I'll demonstrate that in the urinal here. I designed the system to have the smallest footprint, so you could have an external sink where the water drains back into the system. I chose to make it self-contained, so the way this works is you use your urinal on this side, and then there's a foot pedal that I could use, that one can use to wash their hands and flush the urinal at the same time. So obviously the washing of hands is done with the rainwater system, and the rainwater replenishes the total system from transpiration of plants and evaporation of the recycled water. So this is a conventional toilet. It's not a low flush. We don't need a low flush because it uses its own recycled water to flush it. And the only thing additional that one has to do is add some carbonaceous material with each deposit. In this case, you could put in a scoop of sawdust when you're done, and then just flush it regular, like that. So here is the sink for washing up after one makes a deposit. This is rainwater, and this is a solar heater, so you could have warm water, rainwater, to wash up with. This is the equivalent of the stomach, the big belly of the system. This is where the main biodigestion takes place. And inside it's full of earthworms, specifically the epigeic worms, Eisenia fetida and Lubricus rubellus. And they digest all the solids along with microorganisms, and the excess liquids drop down into the next chamber here. The living wall takes the excess liquid, the excess recycled water, and drops it over the rocks here. I'm waiting for some new jets to get installed here. And when the living wall system is complete, it takes the overflow system from the recycled water and oxygenates the water and completes the biodigestion system and the biofiltration system. From here, the water is fairly clean, smells good, there's nothing offensive about the water. And once the plants are established on here, this whole wall will be full of plants and all doing their job. It has its own separate solar pumping system so that it pumps water over the living wall 8 times a day. For right now it's set at just a minute each time. That's all you really need to oxygenate the recycled water. So from the main chamber, the excess liquids drop down into the secondary filter, and from there The straight liquids drop into the first pool, which is covered in duckweed, and then goes to the second pool, which is mostly duckweed and some liverwort. I have this covered so that you don't get mosquito larvae growing in here. And after the second pool goes into the pump chamber, which is underneath the wooded lid here. And from there, the recycled water gets solar pumped up to the roof into the intestines, the mini wetlands. From there, it gets biofiltered and drops into a holding tank. From the solar pump, the water is pumped up to the roof here and enters the intestines, what I call the intestines. This is the mini wetlands. It's about 30 feet long, and it's so overgrown now with plants that you can't quite see the channel it flows in, but it acts just like our intestines. The recycled water slowly flows through the plants, it gets filtered, and then the water is dripped into the holding tank here, and from the tank the water goes directly down to the toilet to fill itself for flushing. The system is completely self-contained. It doesn't require any external water other than 20 inches of rain a year is enough to recharge the system. The plant material becomes ground up and used to add to the toilet when you're flushing. This provides the worm food, the carbonaceous material, to keep the worms happy and everything in balance. One single solar panel recharges the entire system, which consists of 4 small pumps and nocturnal light. We have one light that stays on all night. It's on a light switch, so when it gets dark the light turns on, and we have 2 supplementary lights if you want to use them at night. There is lots of extra energy in the form of electricity, but the system is completely self-contained and runs off 5 hours of sunlight a day. Now you've seen the complete functioning of Le Grand Pissoir, and I'm just trying to do my small part in helping protect one of nature's most valuable resources, clean water.